Hey there, welcome back. So that dog barking was somebody coming to the house who actually wants to play this game, multiplayer. And please try not to get the crumbs on the table. So they are quick eating a lunch right now and getting crumbs on my table. Um, so unfortunately, for those of you that have been following the game, please accept my apology. We're not playing that anymore. I am resetting the game, and we're going to play a real game with real people instead of the imaginary ones. And I thought that would be more interesting and more fun. And besides, I have a guest, and we need to do something together. So we might as well play this game, right? I'm having a good time, so let's show that to my guest. And actually, it's not a guest, it's my son, but he lives here, but he definitely wants to play. Okay, so as far as setup goes, we're resetting everything. 2 goes into the market. I'm just getting out the rule book real quick and making sure I don't forget any of the steps. Josh, what color do you want to be? Do you want to be blue, red, yellow, or green?
Red.
All right, so be warned, the player aid doesn't have everything on it, so don't rely on it too heavily. I will go ahead and be blue because that's already in front of me. And the first thing, I'm on a different camera that zooms in a bit more, so you're not able to see as much, but I'm basically clearing the board. First thing we do, Josh, is one of our workers goes here. These go away. Do you want to figure out who's going to go first?
Sure.
And just so you know, whoever goes first is just picking the company first, and then you're going to go last. So I'll pick a company first, and then I'm going to go last. So I'll put myself in the 2 spot. But I get to pick company first. I don't think that's going to matter too much, but we'll see how it plays out. Okay, so let me get the rule book open. Can't hold the camera and do both at the same time, so my apologies there. All right, first thing we got to do is the demand tiles that are these. And anywhere that the demand tiles say 3 or 4 on the bottom in a 2-player game, they get taken out. So we don't use those. And then you take the rest, and the 4 pips go on the bottom, like that. Okay, and then we got to go through all the rest. So out, 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 and out. So a lot of tiles get removed from the game. And 1 pip, 2 pip. Okay, so there's only 3 tiles from the 4 pip, so we'll shuffle those up. We got 4 tiles from the 3 pip. Shuffle those. The 2 pips are 4 tiles, and then the 1 pip is 3 tiles. Okay, so we got those shuffled. In 2-player games, yeah. All right, so now we got to fill the board. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. And what's interesting is the demand tiles are almost completely gone just from the start of the game. Okay, so next. We fill it up. Separate the 5 starting assets. Okay, so that's these. The capital assets with the S are what we're looking for. And I don't know if any of these change. No, I don't think they do. Just looking real quick. Yeah, we should be good. So there's a starting one, there's a starting one, there's a starting one. and there's one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, there's 5 of them total. All right, so then we gotta shuffle up the rest. I'm doing that best as I can. And then they go in random order, but this brilliant marketing is all the way over to the left, and then the rest of them just fill in randomly. Make sure that there's 4 workers in the unemployment pool, or unemployment pool. And then we got to do one more set of sorting, and that's these tiles. See the number 3 there? Those are out. So are you looking at companies and figuring out which one you want?
Yes.
All right. So a big stack of these are gone in a 2-player game. That's always interesting. So that there. And then these are the 3s. And I'm not going to remember any of these. So just doing a quick shuffle. And then the 3s go there. Okay, so we got to do the same thing with the 1s and 2s. I know it's not fun to watch. Do you have any question about the rules while we're going through this?
No.
All right. These are all out. And they're not sorted. That's bad. We're going to make sure all the pips are right. Okay, this is a 2 pip. Make sure it's only the 1 pips. I got some 2 pips mixed in with the 1s. And out. Those are all out. Okay. All right. I know you don't know all the rules, but I also know that you want to just play, right? And then I'll explain as we go.
Yeah.
All right. Can you move us to the first phase, which is down to there and there? Okay. So, nice if I had something to set this on, because it's much nicer when it's up high versus down low. But we'll sort that out. Let me make sure. All right, so your player marker, you have 1 here that you can unlock. You have 1 here that you can unlock, and you should have 3 to start the game. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. So one of these 3 is also going to be locked, but you got to put it on the company you pick. Okay? So you're really only going to start the game with 2. Okay? All right. So let me go through. Draw 3 resources from the bag, Josh, and put them in each of those squares. And we get $175 each. I said 3 each square. And the X square too. All right, so we got this Spirit Island game here. I'm gonna put it down and put it there. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. Since we're on the topic of spirits, let's grab Spirits of the Rice Paddy. And now we have Spirits of the Rice Paddy on top of Spirit Island. Ooh, that's really nice, actually. Okay, so we can at least have a default view here. And just so everybody can see, that's the demand tiles there. And Josh is red, I am blue. And we're grabbing 175 bucks. We got the resources out. Can you shuffle those end game tiles, or we can just use the same ones if you want? You want to just use the ones that are already out?
Sure.
Okay, so from left to right, the left one, Josh, is whoever has the most 10% shares will get 200 bucks at the end of the game. The next one is whichever person has a company with the most of those sales managers, they're the dark ones, gets 200 bucks. Remember, personal money is the only way you win. I got it. Okay, the next one is 200 bucks for, you know what, I had to look that up last time too. Oh, that's the most director certificates. So the most companies you own. Okay. Then the next one is 200 bucks for the most capital assets. And that's these tiles here. And then the last one is 200 bucks for the company with the most cash. To the player who owns the company with the most cash. All right. Okay, so I get to pick a company first, and I would like the pig and the grain companies, please. All right, so just these are my selections. We did Oscar Mayer in the last game. This one was really challenging to get going, but once it got going, it actually did pretty well. And then, of course, there's a big demand for these. To follow suit, we like this one. It's actually not bad. It's decent money. And then this one's a lot lower money. Generates a lot of resources, starts off lower. I think I want to go with this one. I really do. But one thing I'm looking at are the tiles up there. And let's look at these. We did really well with the Cracker Jack, but Libby's also not bad. And then Quaker Oats looks like it would be tough. Cracker Jack is an interesting company. We would generate 2, and I need 4 in order to... I'm going to go with Cracker Jack, although the pigs actually looked attractive. So we're going to start Cracker Jack. Can you hand me the Cracker Jack shares?
Right here.
Here you go. All right, so we get the 30% share. I'll put that up, and I'm gonna have to reach across here, but so we get some automation here. Oh no, I'm not going with Cracker Jack. What was my other option?
Libby or Quaker?
Yeah, I don't want to go with Cracker Jack. What was the other green ones?
Libby or Quaker?
Was Libby or Quaker? We're going Libby. I almost broke my rule that I told the viewers I was going to do on my next game. So Libby should be the yellow ones right there, or orange looking ones. Yep, okay. So we're going with Libby, and that's the rule I was almost breaking. Okay, 30% share for us, and then the rest go like this. And yes, we put on automation. We are going to make 3 goods. Technically speaking, we should have our building tiles so you can see what your first action might be. But I don't mind. It's not going to change my decision on which company I start with. And then this goes here. So Josh, did you know what you're going to be when you grow up?
Do I have to pick from the pig or the...
You can pick from any of them.
Okay.
I just told you I wanted pig or grain. And if you're really curious, the shoes are just hard to... They take more resources if you look at them. They're harder companies to run, in my experience. And then...
I'm doing the Florsheim shoes.
Yeah, because there is a high demand, though, for them, which is good. And then I didn't pick this one because it has the dang X. That's why. All right. So so you put Florsheim shoes. fill in your automated tokens, which are just all the spots that have the little hexes for them. And so Josh is doing that right now. And then we have to find these. So I got Libby here. And then your Florsheim shoes, which is what? F?
Mm-hmm.
So there's one of them. And Florsheim is not the one we played the last game with, so I'll be curious to see how that plays. Okay, so now we have to pick our par price, which is here. And of course, I have to pick mine before you pick yours. You start with $175, so you can't do the $60 par price, but you can do 50, 40, or 35.
And by putting money into our company, it allows us to buy more things on this board.
Yeah, because the company's gonna have to buy stuff.
Okay.
And then when the company makes money, you get dividends for that. So the one thing I can tell you is if you start at 40 or 50, you're not going to have enough money to buy any other shares. If you start at 35, you can actually start the game with a 10% share of another $35 company. So it all depends on how many shares you want of personal money.
Can I buy the 20%? Isn't it the 20% share?
Okay, so if you're the director, you are not allowed to buy the 20%. Only I can buy that.
Well, yes, of yours.
Oh, yeah, but you have to be able to buy 2 shares. So if you do the math, like if you start your company at $35 a share times 3,
185.
it's 105, right?
Well, yeah, 105 plus.
Plus you'll need another 70 in
so
order to
you
buy
can
my...
actually do it, yeah. If you start yours at 35 and you buy someone else's at 35, it's $175.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Now, of course, if you start your company at 35, your company doesn't make as much money. So I'm going to start at mine at 40. So I'm going to cash this $25. Can you give me 2 10s? Do you want to get the poker chips instead?
We'll play with these right
They
now.
are painful, but it's actually not bad. I mean, we talked about this before, but the cardboard's really nice. It's just they still fall over all the time because they have that plastic sheen on them. And then another thing that you're supposed to have before you were making all these decisions is, Josh, you have these 3 building tiles. And I know you don't know the rules for that, but it could slightly influence what you're going to do.
Can I look at them?
Oh yeah, you get to look at them. So let's look at the ones that aren't in the game so I can explain them to you. So when we get to the building phase, which is this phase here, you're going to take these 3 building tiles, and let me just change the camera. You're going to place one here, or here for you, okay? So one's going to go here, and we're going to do it simultaneously face down, and then once we're both ready, we flip it, right? This is going to be an action that we can do with our workers. So you're going to put one on the board, you're going to keep one, and then you're going to discard out of the game the other one. Okay? So one on the board, keep one, discard one. You get to pick which one you want to do. And then, so the basic gist, we have a rule book if you need to look up what they do. But what this means is that you get to take 2 identical resources from the market square. This means that for $20, you can get these 2 resources for one of your companies. And then this is you get to increase your appeal by $1. Now the symbology is very helpful on your player aid. This is where your player aid helps you. What this says is the little certificate symbol, Josh, is that the money comes from your company and then it goes to the player. So in this case, if this is my action, you're paying the blue player to do that action. So if you go on one of your own actions, you could actually be paying yourself from your company. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's what these are, and we will get 2 new ones every phase. So we're going to get 2 from this deck on phase 2, 2 more on phase 3, and then on phases 4 and 5 we're going to get from this deck. All right. So just hold on to those. You don't really get to do anything with them at the moment. But just understand that those are actions you could possibly use to help your company. Okay, so I started at 40. Did you decide what you want to do?
Yeah, we're on 50.
Okay, so 150 bucks into the company, not the bank. Give yourself the 30% share. And by the way, this is what I have as my choices. Okay, so we're going to start the stock round, and it's actually going to start with you, because I got to pick the first company. Now, that is who goes first in a stock round. This is who goes first in all the other rounds, okay? So it's not always going to be in sync. All right, that goes to whoever passed, or whoever's left of the player. So if you pass last, you and I both have to pass for this phase to end. Whoever passed last, the other player gets the token, and they get to go first next round, okay?
Okay.
All right, so at this phase, you can start a company, which you don't have enough money to do, or you can sell a share and buy a share, or you can just buy a share, okay? If you sell a share, the value of the company will go down for every share you sell. So if you sell 6 shares, it's going to go down by 6. You're not allowed to sell your 30% share unless I own 30% of the company. So somebody has to be able to take the 30% from you. So if I have 30% of your company, you could try to dump your company onto me by selling your 30% share. These are the advanced rules, by the way, not the basic, but they're worth it. So you could dump your company on me if I own too much of your company, and you're like, screw you, I'll just give you the company, okay? Everything else is fair game to sell. Like I said, you can't buy your own 20% preferred stock, only the other players can. And in this case, it's just me and you. So our certificate limit, Josh, do you know what certificate limit means versus shares?
Yep.
So this is 1 certificate, but it's 3 shares. Mm-hmm. We are only allowed to have 10. So we already have 1 of our 10 right now. Okay? So these 20% ones are more valuable for that reason, but we do have that end game objective of who owns the most 10%ers. All right. If you sell a share, you can't buy a share from that company for the rest of the decade, which is the phase, okay? So no shenanigans of selling something and then to just screw my stock price and then buying it all back at the lower price. You can't do that, okay? Oh, and if all the shares of your company sell out, you get an automatic bump on the stock market.
Sounds like the actual stock market. This is the stock phase?
Yep. So
Can
you're...
I pass?
Yeah, you don't even have enough money, do you?
Yeah. Nope.
I don't have enough money either. Well, actually, I have 55 bucks.
So, actually, no.
How do I have 55? Oh, yeah, I guess I do have enough money, don't I?
You buy 10%, but
Um,
one more of yours.
yeah, I'm going to buy 1 more of mine. So I now have a 10% of mine. Okay. So you would get the, I'm going to pass now, and you're going to pass, right?
Yep.
Or you pass first, and then I pass, so I get the first player token. Or no, I'm sorry.
No, I get it.
You get it, because I did the last action. Yes, sorry. Didn't mean to confuse everybody. Okay, so now we move to the building phase, Josh. And this phase we do simultaneously, and this is where we just put out our action. And like this. And then I'm going to discard... well, you know what? I'm actually going to put this one out. Nope. Just 1.
I know, this is for your teaching, it was, I'm keeping this one, and then I'm throwing away this one. But
Okay, so the throwaway, just put it in that stack over there, where I can do it for you. And I'm going to throw away that one. I don't want to, but I think I need to. I'm going to throw away this one, and I'm going to keep this one. So just keep it face down. Don't let me see it. And the one you throw away, never show it to me, because I don't get to know what it was. Okay, that's that whole phase. We're done. So now we reveal And so what yours is you get to hire that manager, and mine is you get one good. Your companies, by the way, can hold an infinite number of resources and goods, so they never like go bad or anything like that. So what this is you just get one good and you put it in your inventory, and then when it's time to sell, you would just move it out. Okay? All right. Next, we go to the worker placement, and you are first. So here's your worker placement spots, and let me make sure the camera is showing everything. First spot is you can hire employees. This is the price. And by the way, I always forget to do this, but because these came out, see those little employees? 3 more come out. So if you can put 3 more out. And so this group here is worth $30 to buy, then 40, and then 50. These are unlimited at 50, okay? So that's one action. This action, you go up 1 in appeal. By the way, where's your marker? You're on 2. Okay, so you go up 1 in appeal and you automatically become first player, but it costs $20 from the company to the bank. That's what that means. Okay, company to the bank. This is $60 for one of those. Yours is $20 for the same thing, but it's company to the player. So if I want to spite you, I guess I could go here, but I have to pay more, right? This is the other manager for $70. This is to buy one of these tiles, and the price is listed up here. This is to produce 1 extra good, like I said.
Do we have unlimited actions, or as much as we want to do?
You have 2 actions, because you have 2 workers.
So you can only do 2 things on this board, and then...
And one of your workers needs to go in your company. Over there, where the picture is. So in order to unlock that worker, you have to operate all 3 of your factories. So that means you have to have enough resources, enough employees, all that stuff, okay?
Okay.
All right, there's 2 more actions. This one here is an unlimited one. So is this one, by the way, and this one and this one. So those are the unlimited ones. This one, you get $40 that you could give to one of your companies. So it's from the bank to the company. And then this one is your company just pays out $100 to its shareholders. So that's $10 a share. And then you get to move up the stock track. So it's a way to get money out of your companies if you wanted to. Okay? I do not advise you doing that in the first round.
Yeah. Only get $30. Well, actually...
You only get $30 for what?
Well, wouldn't it be...
Yeah, you would get $30. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be what you'd be doing there.
Oh, and then my company would get 70?
It's from your company's money, so your company's just paying itself.
Oh, okay.
So it's pointless. You're not going to... If you want to give your company money, it's the next action, the $40 one.
Okay.
You're actually going to take $30 away from your company if you did that. But you would go up on the stock track. I don't know how important that is to you, but I think that's more important later in the game when you start another company and you want to get it caught up fast. That's what you do. All right, so what do you want to do for your action?
I'd like to go here.
All right, so that's $20 from your company to you. And then, yeah, grab one of those little managers and let everybody see what your company looks like. So you're going to, when you run that first factory, Josh, you will get an automation for that.
Yes.
But you need to have employees or whatever first to run that. And just so you understand, you get resources on the company's turn, but you need to get employees now. So your other action is very much going to be here.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Can I buy as much workers as I want?
Yes.
Okay.
That you can afford, right? Okay. I'm going to... Since I know that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, you're going to go there and take the workers. Yeah, yeah.
But I'm only going to buy 2 because I can't afford all of them. So I'm going to buy 2 for $60 and put them on my company here. And I'm just going to make change for 100. You actually got the money. Can you give me 60 and 40? Or, I'm sorry, just 40. I just need $40 back.
We're flat.
Okay. It is your turn. I know you're hiring employees, so go for it.
I'll take 2 as well.
Yep. I think it's really hard to get both factories running the first round. And then I'm going to do something interesting here. I'm going to produce one good. So I'm going to pay $20 to myself from the company. And if you can hand me one of those white tokens. And if, in case people are wondering, I produce this. I'm going to make 3, and that's 4. And you can see I'm going to be able to fill up 2 tiles. So, okay, we're done with the worker placement phase. That's it. So take your guys back. We move now to the operations phase. You go first because you're further along on the appeal track.
Can I buy resources?
Yeah, so here's what you do. The operating phase on your player aid is good. You purchase resources from the boxes up there. You produce, and then you trigger your manager bonuses if you have any, and then you move on to the next factory.
$10 for the pink cube.
Yeah, that's perfect. So now you could run your factory. So you're going to produce, it looks like 1 good.
Yeah.
So you produce 1 good.
But
and
one of them becomes automated now.
Yes, and then the employee shifts. So you can move them into the other factory.
Does this now produce 2, or is that after?
That's after.
Okay.
So you produce the goods first, and then the manager effect happens. Okay.
Okay.
But here's what's cool though, and it's actually something I got wrong in my playthrough I did on my own. You operate 1 factory at a time. So after you did this for the first factory, you then could have run the second factory, and whatever you produced from the first one could have been used for the second. You see what I mean? But that good now you have to sell it, or you don't have to, but you should.
Sell
Okay.
it?
Well, all right.
No, this one.
Yeah. So you make shoes, so it would go down here on the shoes, and like that. Okay.
I get $40.
You get $40. Well, hold on. Yeah, $40. That's divided amongst 10 shares, so $4 a share. So you get $12. And the company gets 4 times whatever's left, $7, $28. Okay, your pink cube that you used goes into the market square. And your company moves up if you made as much money as your stock value, which is $50.
I did not.
Okay, so by the way, your company has the option to withhold, which means you wouldn't pay any of your shareholders, so you could have taken all of the money, but then the value of your stock would have gone down. Since you at least paid your shareholders, it stays where it is, and if you would have made more money than it's worth, then it would have gone up. Okay? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then if any of these were empty, we would reset these, but that doesn't happen. So now it's time for Libby to run. So I need a pink and a blue, and so I'm looking up here at pink and blue, and that's going to be $30. And I'm just going to put them here because there's no point in, I mean, once you get used to the game, I'm running this factory, right? But I have to pay my $30, so let me do that. Here you go, Josh. And I am going to make, so pink and blue was for this.
So
I'm making 3 goods.
in order to do this manager action,
It's automatic. You have to run the factory.
so you have to run the factory in order to get the manager
Yes,
action.
yes.
So I can't just put a manager on this, get a good without
Without running the factory, correct. And so that means you have to have the resources to get the manager bonus too. Can you hand me 3 goods? All right, so 1, 2, 3, and then the 1 from my action is 4. So I'm selling them at $20 each, which is $80. But because I filled this tile, I get $50, and I filled this tile, I get 20 more.
150.
So yes, 150, which is 15 a share. So I have 4 shares, so I'm going to get $60. If you're going to move the money towards you, I may need your help. So $60, and then this is 6 shares. Yeah, so 90 for the company. Okay. And what did I sell for? 150. So if you want, you can use this as a guide. It's just single, double, triple. So I tripled the $40, but I'm below the $60 amount, so I actually bumped twice. So now I'm at $60.
How does this work?
Okay, so look at the chart. My stock value was $40. So find the $40 in the leftmost column.
Okay.
And then all it's saying is if I made $80, which is double, I get to bump twice. That's what the middle column is. And the third column is when you can bump 3 times. But since I'm below this line, I'm not allowed to bump 3 times. My 150 would have bumped 3 times if I was above, or if there wasn't that line rule. It's just double and triple.
I know, but is that 150 just...
For this
doesn't it
round.
have to be to your company?
Nope. It's just how much you made.
How much you made. Okay.
Yep. And you have to pay out your dividends, right? You can't withhold.
Yeah.
And the little charts here, and I mean, that's just doing the math for you, so you don't have to calculate what double and triple is. But yeah.
All right.
And it's reminding you that if you're below the line, you don't get triple. All right, so we are now in cleanup. So during cleanup, this Cincinnati steel goes away. Everything else shifts down. This, Josh, this goes here. These shift down, and then you're going to draw 3 more for here. And the amount you draw is always the number underneath our phase marker.
Okay.
All right. These 2 tiles go away. And then this shifts over. So people can see what I'm doing. And then we draw 2 more, like this. Yours stays on. And that's a whole round. Move us to the next phase. All right, so you're going to get 2 tiles. I get 2 tiles. And we're going to go back to the stock phase. So you start.
So if I have goods, like this black cube, and I don't use a black cube at all, what happens? Can I sell it and get money for it?
No.
Just goes away.
I'm
but
sorry.
I can keep it and trade 2 similar if I ever get any.
Yeah, you could trade 2 for 1. So that's probably the best thing to do with it. I guess there's some strange mechanic where you could try to hoard all the cubes and not let anybody have any black cubes. I don't know if that's a winning strategy, but you probably could try to do that.
None of you can run your factories.
I just think it would be way too expensive to hoard all those cubes. But
yes.
Yes, the 2 for 1 is really what you're going to want to do. So having a cube that you don't need is not a bad thing. So here's what's crazy. I am $5 short from being able to buy your preferred share. Because you're at $50 a share, I'm at $95. That sucks. No. You're doing stock round.
I'm passing.
Not your company's money, your personal money.
Oh, I don't even think I have enough personal money. Yeah, I can't do anything. I could.
You don't even have $50 to buy one of your own shares?
I don't want my company to have it right now.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pay. You don't want your company to have it right now?
No, I want my money, or I want my company to be getting money right now. But that money would also go into my company.
Yes, it would. I understand. So you're saying is if you sell goods, you want it to go to your company, but
Sure. I'll buy stock of my company.
I'm buying a stock of my company as well. And by the way, you can only be up to 60% for your company, or for owning. You can only own 60% of a company, no matter what it is. All right, and then I'm passing after I bought my share.
Yep, I'm passing as well. So
Okay.
you get to go.
I was the last to go, so you still have it.
Oh yeah, because I was
Yep.
first.
All right, now we do this building thing. So, what are we gonna put out?
Bam, right there.
I think this one. Yep.
Wait, didn't this go up at all, or we have to do something to?
The appeal only goes up if you do an appeal action.
Okay. Ugh. Oh,
Or in my case, these little managers actually give me appeal. Okay? All right, so we reveal, mine is one of the darker managers. Yours is automation. Well done. Because we actually need somebody to do automation out there. And we are now in the worker placement. You go first. All right, so that's
Wait a minute.
$40. Oh, yes, thank you. I always forget that part.
2 guys.
2 Utes. All right. I think you wanted to do the automation. Is that right?
Yes.
So $40 from the company to you.
25, 30.
Excuse me. So you got your 40 of your $50 back.
You, and then I get an automation.
No. So okay. So what he did, I just wanted to show them. Don't grab it from there. You grab it from your player board,
Oh yes.
and then that moves over. And then just so you know, you're now producing 3 goods instead of 1 with your first factory. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then this automation right here, can that take from here? Just
Oh yeah,
keep going,
it goes
okay.
anywhere. Yeah, you can automate anywhere. You can't automate like a different company. So at some point that's going to become worthless, right? Because you're fully automated.
Yes.
But you have 3 factories, which it's going to be a while
Oh,
before you're fully automated. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. To me, so the nice thing is when you have employees, you don't have to spend an action to get those. But I am going to go here and pay $20 to you. And if you can hand me one of those little yellow Utes. All right, and then to show folks what I'm doing, I'm going to go ahead and put him here on that first factory. Okay. I would really love to unlock my guy, but I don't think I'm going to be able to.
Is this only like one person can go here?
Yeah,
Okay.
unless you see the infinity symbol. Oh, and just so you know, you get a free worker if you can get your fame up to there, your appeal. You get a free manager. I mean, there's stuff you get along the way.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go there.
All right. So that's
So
20
$20
bucks
from my company.
from your company to me. I have $5. Okay, give yourself one of the darker managers. What is the right terms for these? The darker manager is a salesman. The yellow ones are managers. I'm never going to remember that. Okay, so yes, you're selling for a better price. And then I'm going to go here. And I'm buying the pink ones for 60 bucks.
That's the problem with
Can you
this
give me
company.
some change?
60, you put in 75.
So 15 bucks. So, and I know, like, you didn't have all the rules explained to you, but, so I'm gonna get this, and so for $10, I'm going to be able to buy 2 pink cubes from here. Okay? Every round. It's just an automatic thing I get to do. And then I get this immediately. So I actually get to automate for free like that. It's not free. I had to pay $60, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So you get 2 things when you buy those.
Operating phase?
Yeah, because we're out of actions, right?
Yep.
So I really wish I would have gotten that one more pulley. I would have been able to probably run both factories, but it didn't work.
Alright, now I can buy resources. Yeah.
Yeah, and you go first because your company has more appeal.
Alright, $50. I'm gonna buy 2 pink cubes and 1 blue cube. Well, here, I'll just put it here because I'm running everything.
Well, you're running your first 2 factories, right?
Yes. So this one gives me 3 goods
Yep.
and an
And-
automation.
You automate, yep.
Does it go now?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Before the second factory even runs, yes.
Yep. And then this one will give me another 2.
Yep. So you got
And I don't
5,
have that there.
but he doesn't do anything for you yet.
Doesn't have anyone else.
And then you get to sell your 5 goods. So do you want to hand them to me and I can put them on for you? All right. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. So first of all, 5 times whatever you sell it at, which is,
50.
so that's $250, and then you're gonna get another $50 because you cleared this tile.
So 300, which is $30 per share.
I'm gonna go ahead and do that now.
And so I get $120. Myself and I. Me, myself, and I. And then my company gets 180. Yes.
Because it's 30 times 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now you're making the big bucks.
50, 75, 80. And let's just say that bumped me up twice. Wait, from
Yeah,
50, yeah.
It bumped you up twice because you can't do it with triple. Had you been above the $50 line at $300, you would have triple bumped. Because 60 times 3 is
Ah, yes.
180.
Mm-hmm.
So you were way over triple.
That I just met the triple mark.
Okay, so
Oh, that keeps going. Okay.
Yep. All right. So now it's my turn. I don't have enough employees to run both of my factories, but I will pay the $10 to the bank.
So next turn, are we going to get another worker?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
So I'm going to get the 2 pink cubes from my Union Stockyards, and I only need one of them, so I'm going to be keeping one, and I need to buy a blue cube. And unfortunately for me, a blue cube out there is $30, but I will pay it. And I have enough money, and I will take this blue cube right here. The blue cube is going to go into the square, so is one of my pink cubes, and I keep a pink cube. I'm generating 3 goods, so can you put 3 goods on the grain up there? I unfortunately don't fill out a tile this time. And I get, you can see here, I get $20 times 3 is $60. But I also generate a cube and an appeal. So my appeal goes up, so that means I'm going to go before you next round. I only made $60, but it was just enough to move up at least once. And at $6 a share, I get a crappy $18. So I have a round that was like Josh's round last time. And 20. Oh, I actually get 6 more bucks. I bought another share. So $30 each. Because I'm at 50%. The company's at 50%. Yeah, so now we do cleanup. So this is going to shift over. You get the last tile. This goes away. This comes out. And Yes, we get the worker. That last cube goes into the trade square, the $10 cube, and then everything shifts down, and then you're going to draw 4 cubes now. Hi, Mindy. Man, people in the reviews are saying this is a 5-hour game. I mean, we're on phase 3 already. I mean, I know we're only 2 players instead of 4, but it's not that bad. Okay, so we're back to the stock phase. You go first. You thinking of starting a company?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back. You're still trying to figure out what to buy?
Yeah, so if I get this company and I get the these things,
Yeah.
and I make goods from them, can I then use those goods for my other company?
No.
It only goes to this company.
Correct.
Okay.
And when you buy a capital asset and give it to your company, you can't like switch it out for another one later. There's some tiles in here that particular American Flyer. American Flyer will get an extra $40 if you buy those tiles.
Extra $40 like per
Yeah.
good sold, or just
No, it's written. It's basically like a side business. It's just making that money on the side.
Oh, okay. I don't really want any of these, but at the same time, I think I need to start another company.
Well, while you're deciding, I definitely don't have enough money to buy another company, so I'm gonna just pay $80. Oh, dang it! I don't even have $80 to buy a share of my own company. I am in sorry shape. I can't do squat.
I'm going to start Oscar Mayer.
Okay, yeah, we played that one in the last game. So just a big thing with Oscar Mayer is you can't automate it.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to use your personal money and tell us what you're going to start it off at. So Oscar Mayer has a appeal of what? 1? Is it 1?
Yes.
So it's going there, and then just tell us what we're parring it at. 60 is the highest you can go.
I'll do 35.
Okay, 35.
So
So So you're putting $105 in the company. All right, well then now I can afford to get in. So 25, 35, 45, 55, 65. Here's $70 for your company. I would like the preferred share. Oscar Meyer's right over there. So you get the 30% and I get the 20. And the rest, yeah, belong to the company. So just be careful, don't get your monies mixed up between your two companies there. I think I forgot to discard last time, so let me do that real quick here.
Can I move my workers from this company to that company?
No, you have to hire from the worker pool.
Estupido.
We forgot to give you these for the start of the round. So that's my situation. Oh, you're done with the stock round? You have no more money left? You can, I mean, you keep going until you pass. So you started the company, I bought shares of your company, it's your turn. I'm out of money, so I'm passing.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass.
Okay?
So I'm still first.
Yeah, because I did the last action. Yeah, now we're gonna do the buildings. So it looks like you already made your pick. So I'm letting everybody see what I did, and this is the one I'm discarding. Okay, so let's reveal. I put out resources, and so did you. Good. You get to go first, and now you have 3 workers. Oh yeah, thank you for always remembering that. And this was actually really good. We're putting out 4 workers, so it's going to make it cheaper for you to hire. Oh, we unlocked a new space. You give your company $60
Okay.
from the bank. And that's a first come, first serve one.
I'm gonna go here. Get these 2 for $50.
Okay, I'm gonna go here
You son.
and do you have $5 to give back? This goes to your private money. And I'm gonna get one of these. I'm gonna get one of these. And we're gonna put him in our other factory there. Hi, Mindy. Oh, you know a mistake we made a long time ago? After the end of the first round, this actually gets destroyed. So these would have shifted down, and then we would have filled it in with another one. But it's okay. Nobody was in that market. What you gonna do?
When they come for you.
You can buy these, by the way, even if you don't have room for them, and just get the bonus on the bottom right and throw it away.
Okay. What is this? What are those?
So this is if somebody sells your shares, you're not going to take a loss. The price protection, and I can look it up exactly what it is, but I'm pretty sure. Each decade, your company may exhaust this asset to prevent moving backwards on the stock track. This is if you withhold profits or if your shares are sold by another player. It does not protect your share price when issuing shares to emergency fundraise. Then the after production one is each decade your company may exhaust this asset to advance one step on the stock track after you do your operating phase. So basically after you produce.
Oh, I'm not here.
All right?
You get $20 from the bank.
I do. I thought that was from the company. So, yep, $20 from the bank, and you get a pink and a blue
And I get to put it anywhere I want.
on any company you want. Yep. Okay. You know, with all the time you took, you would think I would know what I wanted, but I actually wanted that space you just took.
I know you did. That's why I took it.
I'm going to do this one for $20,
Bastard.
and that's going to go to the player from my company. And I'm going to get one of these, which moves my price up to $30 instead of $20. So that was a big bump.
Mindy.
Is somebody actually here?
Yeah. It's someone dropping off a package.
All right, I'm at an hour. Let me end.